At the end of the topic, you will be able to analyze the causes for the failure of the revolt, discuss the results of the revolt, give details of Queen Victoria's proclamation, list the Indian leaders of the revolt. Introduction. In 1857, a major revolt broke out in India. The people of India revolted against the rule of the British East India Company. There were several causes for the outbreak of the revolt, which spread across many parts of India. The revolt was ultimately suppressed by the British. Main causes for the failure of the revolt. The main reason for the failure of the revolt was disunity among the Indians. The revolt was restricted to North India, Punjab, Sindh, Rajasthan, and regions in South India did not participate in the revolt. Zamindars and rulers of several Indian states did not take part in the revolt. They remained neutral. Educated Indians did not support the revolt.
Other causes for the failure of revolt. The British had a wide telegraph and postal communication network. This was very useful to get immediate information of any uprising by Indians anywhere in the country. They immediately sent forces to suppress the uprising. The weapons used by the revolting Indians were outdated and were no match to the modern weapons used by the British. British generals were far superior in warfare than Nana Sahib, Tantia Tope, and Rani Lakshmi Bai.
Telegraph. The telegraph is a machine for sending messages over a long distance. It uses electricity to send coded messages through wires. In the middle of the 1800s, the telegraph was the quickest way to send information over long distances. Modern means of communication are computers and cell phones. Events that led to the failure of the revolt. The revolt was actually planned to start on 31st May 1857 all over India, but it started much earlier, leaving Indians unprepared. This early outbreak of the revolt led to its failure. Indian leaders did not have the ability to plan and organize the revolt effectively. They were brave and dedicated but lacked direction. There was disunity among the Indians who revolted. The Muslims wanted to bring back Mughal rule, while the Hindus wanted the Peshwa Raj. The British used the strategy of divide and rule. They did not allow the Indian rulers to come together and fight against the British. Results of the revolt. The Great Revolt of 1857 was a failure for the Indians. The Government of India Act 1858 was passed. The administration of India was taken away from the company, and India was now ruled directly by the British Crown. The office of the Secretary of State for India was formed. He was helped by an Indian Council of 15 members. The Governor-General was made the Viceroy of India. The Viceroy represented the British Crown. Policies under the Viceroy. Lord Canning was the last Governor-General and was made the first Viceroy of India. The British stopped conquering Indian states heartlessly. Indian rulers were allowed the right of adoption. Indians were given freedom to practice any religion. They were given high posts in the administration. The Indian army was completely restructured. European forces were increased and the artillery was under the command of the British. Queen Victoria's Proclamation of 1858. On November 1st, 1858, a royal darbar was held at Allahabad. At the meet, Lord Canning read the proclamation issued by Queen Victoria. The proclamation stated that all treaties signed between the company and the Indian princes will be upheld. It guaranteed religious and social freedom to Indians. It stated that most offenders imprisoned during the revolt would be released, except those who were involved in the killing of British officials. The proclamation was called the Magna Carta of India. The Great Revolt of 1857 aroused national feelings and was seen as the starting point of what resulted in India's independence in 1947. The Great Revolt of 1857 brought many Indians to the forefront. Some of them were Bahadur Shah II, Rani Lakshmi Bai, Begum Hasrat Mahal, Nana Sahib, and Tantia Tope. In this topic, you have learned the main cause for the failure of the revolt was disunity among Indian rulers. The British had better weapons and communication system to suppress the revolt. Queen Victoria's proclamation was issued and the administration of India came directly under the British Crown. Many Indian leaders sacrificed their lives during the revolt. The revolt was considered the first war of independence.